Hey Shelby, Jonathan Johnson, voice of John Redcorn from King of the Hill. Giving you a shout out. Thank you so much for, wanting to hear from me. Greatly appreciate it. And what better way to do it than with, well, honestly, thanks for the drink, Shelby. Talk to you soon. There's a hole in the pocket for my money shoe. Now I gotta see.
Today we're looking at something, well, quite somber actually.
Yeah.
But it's important, I think, to understand the details based on the source material you've got there.
Definitely.
So this dive is really centered around the sudden death of voice actor Jonathan Joss. You'll almost certainly know his voice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
John Redcorn on King of the Hill, Chief Ken Hotate in Parks and Rec. Very distinctive.
Exactly. So the core fact we have coming from this People magazine article.
Right, that's our source here. And it reports that Jonathan Joss has tragically died. He was 59.
Yeah, that news it really hit hard when it came out. Just incredibly sad.
It is. And the People article, it doesn't just state he passed away. It gives some specific, quite difficult details about the circumstances, citing information that was reported by police.
Right. So our mission here for you listening is really to focus in and unpack the information that's presented specifically in this People article.
Yeah, just stick to what the source says.
Yeah, exactly. To try and get a clear picture of what's actually been reported about this event. So where does the source start with the details of what happened?
Okay, so the article, and again, it's citing police reports, places the whole event at his home.
His home. Okay.
In San Antonio, Texas. And it states he was found dead there on Sunday, June 1st.
June 1st. And the specific detail the source gives about how?
Well, it highlights that he was shot. And this was apparently after an alleged dispute with a neighbor.
Wow. An alleged dispute with a neighbor. That just adds such a layer of unexpected tragedy right there at home.
Absolutely. It's quite shocking. The article notes police were called out to the scene. It was around 7 p.m. Sunday evening.
Okay.
The call was for a report of a shooting in progress. And when the officers got there, they located Joss.
And where exactly did they find him, according to the source?
The article specifies he was found lying near the roadway.
Near the roadway, at his own home. That detail paints a very stark picture.
It really does. The report, the article says officers tried life-saving measures right away.
Right.
Until the paramedics arrived. But he was pronounced dead there at the scene.
Just awful. And the source indicates the police investigation moved pretty fast after that.
Yes, it seems so. The article reports that officers were able to quickly locate and detain a suspect.
Okay, so they found someone quickly. Does the source name this person?
It does, yeah. The suspect is identified as Sigfredo Alvarez Ceja. He's 56.
Sigfredo Alvarez Ceja.
Right. And the article states he had reportedly fled the scene in a vehicle.
Ah, okay.
But the police found him. And they confirmed to People magazine that he's since been booked for murder.
Booked for murder.
Yeah. And the investigation is, ongoing. That's standard.
So just to be clear, based on this People article, the suspect, who was allegedly his neighbor, is now in custody facing a murder charge.
That is precisely what the People article, citing the police information, reports.
Yes. Yeah, it's really difficult processing those details about the event itself. And then the article adds this whole other layer about his career, which makes the timing feel even more poignant. He was so well known for that voice work.
He really was. Primarily, of course, John Redcorn in King of the Hill.
Right.
And the source actually notes, he took over that role back in season 3 after the original actor passed away.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So he'd been the voice for a long time.
Very long time, yeah. Made it his own.
And here's the detail the article really emphasizes, and it just adds to this sense of tragic timing.
Yeah.
The source explicitly says he was set to return for the King of the Hill revival, the new one.
Yes. That's a key point in the article. The revival, it's scheduled for Hulu in August, I believe.
Right.
And according to the article, recording had already started.
Wow.
Yeah. And People even points out that just the week before this happened, Joss was at the ATX TV festival.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where his co-stars were apparently talking about the upcoming project.
So he was actively involved and really looking forward to this big return.
Seems that way.
The article even mentions an Instagram video, something he posted just hours before he died.
That's right. It mentions a video where he apparently said something like, "The reboot is up and moving."
Oh, man. That detail from the source just really underscores how sudden, how involved he was right up until the end.
It does. It paints a picture of someone engaged with their work. And beyond King of the Hill, the article also, lists some other notable roles. shows his range.
Right, yeah. It mentions Chief Ken Hotate in Parks and Recreation, a great recurring role, and appearances in things like Tulsa King, Ray Donovan, True Grit.
The Magnificent Seven, too. So, a pretty significant body of work.
Definitely. Across voice acting, TV, film, and all this happens right when, as you said, this iconic part of his career was about to come back.
Yeah, the timing highlighted by the source just makes it feel incredibly sharp, that loss.
So if we try and bring this together for you listening, what the People article seems to be conveying through all these details is, well, it's a sudden, violent death.
Right, happening at his home.
Allegedly stemming from a dispute with a neighbor.
And occurring, as we've said, just as he was reportedly really anticipating revisiting this major part of his career.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just quickly recap the key reported facts just from this specific People article we're looking at.
Good idea.
Voice actor Jonathan Joss, known widely for King of the Hill, Parks and Rec, other roles, has died at age 59.
He was fatally shot on Sunday, June 1st, at his home in San Antonio.
This happened after an alleged dispute with a neighbor. Police responded. They found him near the roadway.
And the suspect, identified by the source as Sigfredo Alvarez Ceja, has been arrested and booked for murder.
And crucially, the article notes all this happened while he was reportedly preparing for that King of the Hill revival set for August.
Yeah, I think what really stands out, just looking purely at the source material provided, is the reported location and circumstance.
The neighbor aspect.
Exactly, not some random event, but allegedly a conflict with a neighbor right there at his residence. It feels disturbingly close to home.
Yeah.
And the timing, as the article lays it out with the revival details, his recent festival appearance, that Instagram post, it just amplifies the suddenness.
And for you listening, I mean, a loss like this often resonates quite deeply, doesn't it? Especially with someone whose voice is so familiar.
Yeah.
And with that anticipation around his work that the article specifically mentions.
Absolutely. So I guess the information shared here, drawn again only from this People article.
Right, we have to stress that.
It details this really tragic event happening at someone's home, allegedly involving a neighbor conflict, and right at a moment of professional resurgence.
Yeah.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? It kind of raises this sobering thought about how fragile things can be, how unexpected tragedy can strike, even in the most seemingly ordinary circumstances, like being at home, looking forward to work.
A really sobering thought to end on. Just highlights the fragility the source implies.